What's going on, guys? Thanks for stopping by. This is Everything Elliot. I'm Elliot, and I got a wild idea. If you've seen any of my other videos, I put it in deer plot. I'm a deer hunter, and I've been dreaming this up for a while over here. I've got this old 3-point hitch carryall that's been kind of buried in my woods just on the side of my shop, and I'm wondering if I can take this and make it into a deer blind. Fully enclosed, hook the tractor to it, move it, put it wherever I want to. And I think I've got just about enough scrap wood and materials to make that happen. So today is going to be the start of making that happen, or at least I hope. So first things first, I got to get it out of here, get it in the shop, and to do that I got to do some cleaning up in the shop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everything cleaned up, get things moved around. Obviously the shop addition isn't done yet, otherwise that wall would be pushed back another 20 feet. That's why we would have a little more room, but I'm going to get everything cleaned up and see if I can't drag that thing in here. Alright, we got it in the shop, and this thing I built out of scrap wood a couple years ago, and I've used it for transporting firewood. When I was cutting back in the woods, I would set all the logs on here at split length, and then it would transport it all back to up front. So I've had probably close to 2,000 pounds on this thing without issue. So I know it's definitely sturdy enough. And what I'm thinking of is actually leaving the floor and leaving the back. Obviously I'm gonna have to build it up a little bit. It's already built. Why monkey with it at all? I'm gonna take these angles off here because I'm gonna have to put a door in the side, one of the sides, and then I've got 2 windows for the front. So let's get some quick measurements, see how big this thing is. So currently this thing is 4 foot deep by approximately 6 foot wide. So this is obviously not the chair I'm going to be using while I'm hunting there, but just want to see how it feels space-wise. Realistically, it doesn't need to be too much taller. Really, there's nothing to do but just to jump right into it. I guess to get started, what I'm going to do is start by taking that angle board off. Alright, so here's the scoop. Made an executive decision. Those sideboards weren't really doing much that the wall can't be structural for, so I took them off. I've got all these 2x4s here. I've got a ton more over there. I don't know if you can see my wood pile over there. It's all my scrap wood. These were what I used to form up my concrete forms for the shop edition. If you haven't checked that video out, make sure you do that. Just got to throw a plug in there. Anywho, what I've decided to do is make the back wall 5 foot. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a full wall in here going 5 foot. Currently it's at 4, so it's only going to be a foot taller, but I'm going to be sitting in here the entire time. Won't need to stand up, and you have to remember that the front wall will in fact be then taller than the back to give that roof a gradual slant down. Let me start by saying that this thing is out of square. It's been loaded up plenty of times. I've bent the metal, so it's out of square, so everything I'm going to be doing is going to be pretty much measuring every board. Now I know normally you do a 16-inch on center for something like a structural building, but since this is just a deer blind, what I'm going to end up with is a 20-inch cavity here, then a 16-inch cavity will put me in the center here, then another 16-inch cavity, and then a 20-inch cavity. That should be structural enough for what I'm using it for. I'm not living in here, I'm just using it during deer season. What I might try to do is actually just make this wall on the ground, set it up in there, screw it all down. That'll probably be the easiest way to do it. Alright, so after some cutting on the saw, I have the back wall laid out. You got your top board up there, your 2 end boards, which are doubled up because the sidewall is going to end up going up to that, and you want to be able to secure it fully. So both sides are doubled up, which makes that really from 20 inches to 17.5. So I'm not that far off. Basically just got to square everything up and screw it down. I lent my nail gun to my cousin. I haven't gotten it back, so unfortunately this is going to get a little costly for today, and I have to use some decking screws. Alright, so to start I'm just going to make my top marks. Made a couple on there, but they don't really line up, so I'm going to use the bottom of the board. Our first mark is going to be 20 inches from the outside, and that'll be 20 inches for the center of the 2x4. Mark that. Then the one after that's going to be 16, so 20 plus 16 is 36. That'll be center of that board. Then 16 again It'll be 52, I think. 36, 46 is 10. Plus 4, wait, plus 6. 52, I was right. And then the last one should just fall on the outside. So we're going to pull the same measurements from the bottom off the same side of the board. We just got to line those all up and screw them in. You want to make sure this is perfectly flush. Again, we're not building a house. I don't know why I'm being so meticulous. I guess I just want it to look nice. But we're going to make it as nice as possible, so we're going to hold that nice and flush. All right, back wall's done. Let's set it up there. So with how uneven this is, what I think I need to do next, what I was planning on doing is building the side walls and then building the front wall. But I think I need to do the front wall and then I'll just have to match the sides in. I'm planning on using a 412 roof pitch, which for every foot of run, I need 4 inches of pitch. Approximately 4 foot of run, so I need 16 inches. Basically, the front wall needs to be 16 inches taller than the back wall. So I'm at about 63 inches, and I said I needed 16 inches of pitch. So that would leave me 79 inches up front. It's gonna be a tall boy. So I guess what I need to do is I need to go get my 2 windows I have, get some more boards out of the scrap pile, and we'll do about the same thing. I'm gonna lay it all out on the ground. So I'm gonna go grab some boards, I'm gonna go grab some windows, and we'll get moving on the front wall. I took these windows out of my house. So they're actually insulated windows, which will be nice, they won't fog up. But we need to figure out how they're gonna lay out. I mean, realistically, what's gonna end up happening is I'm just gonna set the windows on the outside. Hold on, let me go cut 2 more boards so then I can set these things in here. And then we'll figure out how we wanna lay them in there. After some internal mind engineering, I've decided that since the windows are gonna be taking up so much room, I cut this outside double board down. That way I can run like a header board across so I have some sort of support for the roof. What I'm thinking about doing is I'll run a single 2x4 opposite way of this, so it'll be flat, so it'll give more support, and then I'll just run little blocks up through here. That's the way I know how to do it. That's the way that makes the most sense in my mind. So let me put this frame together and then we'll be back with you. I've got my 2 interior boards cut. I've got the header board on there. Basically now, all we need to do is lay this in here. Let's see. And I got, so this goes right to the top. This board should slide under here. Like that. I guess what I need to do is ensure that the space I have up there is the same as the space I have down here, making sure they're square. 29.5, 29 3/4. It's pretty square. Oh, like a glove. Hopefully this one does too. Oh. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. All right, so what I need to do now is make a lower bar, 29.5, so it's 225.5. That'll run in here. I'll support that with wood going down this way. So we'll cut 229.5 for under the window right now. Alright, well I am going to finish this board. I'll screw this together, I'm going to take the windows out, screw this bottom board down. What I am going to do is I'm going to put blocking in here, going across, and then I'm going to put blocking in the top. So I'll be back with you guys once I'm done with this wall and we're ready to put it onto the Deere blank, the 3-point hitch, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Well, the front wall is all done. I think that should be good enough. I don't know. I'm not really a professional framer, but it looks like it'll hold. Got the blocking up top, the blocking down the center. I don't know. Now I have to get it up onto there, and it weighs a ton. Oh my God. Oh. This is insanely heavy. Huge. Okay. Wait a minute. I got it backwards. All right. So I just got to rotate. Right of this weird pile of dirt, which now I'm sure I've got a ton of dirt on the bottom of it. Okay. Whoa. Just trying to get it as lined up as I can. That looks pretty close. It's gonna come on a little bit. Wow, this is big. It's pretty close to being level. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Let's check the other side. That's like super dead in the middle. This one. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm leaving it. It's perfectly level. Well, I guess I gotta throw a couple screws in the bottom there just to tack it down. Wicked cool. Let's see what the height looks like. Chairs in here. Oh, this is nice. Gonna be right here. Lift it up if I need to. Down. Yeah, this is gonna be nice. All right, well, I gotta see what kind of wood I got left kicking around. So I'll be back with you guys in a little bit once I figure that out. I got some more wood over there. Still scrap Still stuff I had left over from doing the concrete pad. I think I'm going to throw the rafters on here first. And the reason I want to do that is because if I throw the rafters on there, then what I can do when I put this wall up, I can just take it, mark a line from the rafter to the wall with the pencil, and then I get my exact angle and cut. And what I was planning on doing is putting like a foot overhang here and 6 inches off the back. However, I have 10-foot boards, and essentially I'm running low on them. But if I do 5 foot, I end up with having a like 6 inch, 3 to 6 inch hang over there, and a 3 inch over there. So that's what it's going to be. I'm going to cut those boards to 5 foot, and we will string some of those bad boys up there. See how that looks. So essentially I've got my bottom line here that's going to have to cut up. So now in theory, I should be able to measure 1.5 inches on this line, because that's how thick 2x4s are. So that's right there. And then that 1.5 inches, there's probably a super easy way of doing this and I just don't know it. So that 1.5 inches, come right down to there. I guess that would be my rafter cutout. I suppose I'll get my jigsaw out and we'll give it a try. I don't know, there might be an easier way of doing this. I don't know what way that is, but I'm going to use this as a template and just make all of them this way. And I'll be back with you guys once I think I'm going to do 5 rafters, match the back wall. So once I got all 5 rafters cut and notched, we'll be back to, I don't know how I'm going to attach them. All right, it's day 2. I have all my rafters cut and I got my nail gun back. So what I'm going to do now is just go through and nail everything down really good and hopefully get those rafters nailed up. Once the rafters are nailed up, I'll be able to take the those side support boards off. Rafters are done. All right, so now I have the sides to do. So what I'll do first is I'm going to tear these support boards off here. Since the front wall will now be supported by the rafters, so I have to end up making a door, and I do have one more window that I'm thinking about putting on the sidewall opposite the door. Let me go get that window and I'll be back with you guys in a little bit. So let's start on this half wall. Let's see here. 39 5/8. So this wall should be pretty easy. It's pretty much, I need to just match measurements. Rather be safe than sorry. So I'll set this up, set this up. Oh yeah. I gotta nip this down. I'm just gonna make sure the window fits. Which it will, with that being up there. That'll work. That'll work out good. We'll put that center board in. Okay. Now the window. Well, it still opens and I guess that's a good sign. So now I need to run a board here. Well, we could just cut it at 39, then we'll set it up there and draw a line on it. That'll give us our angle. All right, so now we've got our board closed. It's gonna run this way. So essentially, just take your pencil, mark it like such. That'll give us the angle to cut. Okay, that's in. So now we should be able to screw the window to this piece. All right, so let's give you an overview of what we got going on so far. 2 windows up front, 1 window on the side. Things are going quite swimmingly, I'd say. So I'll be back once I figure out what kind of lumber I need, if I have enough, and where we're gonna go from here. All right, so I've just thrown the door together real quick. A couple 2x4s. All right, well, I made an executive decision. Originally, I was gonna put the hinges on this side and then have to make a ton of blocking. And then I looked at it and said, well, why don't I just put the hinges on this side, open the door this way, because this is all solid. This is 2 2x4s here, 1 here. That'll be plenty of support for the hinges. And I'm gonna get 3 of them, 1 for the bottom, 1 for the middle, and 1 for the top. And I'm gonna get 2 door latches, 1 on the outside and 1 on the inside, so you can lock it when you're not in there, and then leave that, the one on the outside, unlocked, go inside, and then you'll be able to latch that one. So it is all framed. It just needs to be sided. I'm pretty excited. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure you check out part 2 of this video when it comes out. I'll be putting all the siding on this, and I do have to put some legs on the bottom. I'm just going to use 4x4, just put a skid under it, because right now the 3-point hitch hookups are really low to the ground and I won't be able to get them on the tractor that way. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it gives you a little motivation to build your own. It can be done. This is all scraps. I haven't spent any money on this. Obviously, you need to have some sort of piles of wood laying around if you want to build something like this. This is what I had laying around, so this is what I built. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.